You seem to still be up there somewhere.
Maybe I am. There are flying saucers.
Supposing they're Martians or something in there.
Hey guys, welcome back to another Weird Wednesday. I'm SubmitWeird, and this is...
Cassie.
Cassie, it's been 2 weeks.
Yes.
How are ya?
Still the same. My anxiety's gone down, but, I still hurt extremely bad.
Yeah, we were just talking about this before the show, how, getting old, it really does a number on yourself. And anxiety, too, does a number on yourself.
For sure. I never had anxiety when I wasn't old.
No, never. Not once.
Yeah. Now my body's like, oh, remember, something's horribly wrong with you. I'm going to give you this anxiety, but nothing's really wrong. You just hurt.
Yeah, it's not a good time. But you did manage to make it through your show, right?
I had to, man.
How'd that go?
Oh, it was amazing. Amazing.
It looked like a ton of fun.
Over 15,000 people were there.
Wow.
It was super hot because there were so many people, but I mean, at least we weren't outside and I wasn't sunburnt and stuff.
Yeah.
Last year I got so sunburned, it was awful.
It was outside last year?
Yeah.
Wow.
Lots of hearses that I saw. One of them was on hydraulics. It was super cool. It came bouncing in.
Yeah, you know what? I saw that, and that's like a thing of the past. Like, people don't do that anymore.
Right.
And why not?
I mean, maybe they just don't do it here. I don't know.
I wanted a bouncy car. My whole childhood, I'm like, man, I want that bouncy car.
My stepbrother does them in Arizona. He does the lowriders with the hydraulics and shocks and stuff.
Man.
He's got a couple lowrider trucks that'll just bounce.
I want to ride in one at least once in my life. I've never even been in one.
It was super cool. There was a ton of vendors, which I got to walk around before the show started because I set up the night before. Brandon went with me to carry all the stuff for me since my back's so bad right now. But, so I looked around the morning. I got there early and I got my Aussie float because I got one last year and it was the best thing ever. And it comes with a little bat. But just so much stuff. And I was afraid to spend any money in the beginning because I had a goal in my head. And by the time I got around when my mom came and I walked around for a minute at 2:30, what I wanted was gone. So I was like, whatever. It's okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I know that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in
peace. They
They
had this little jewelry box in the shape of a coffin. It was probably a foot long by 8 or 9 inches wide. But the guy makes them, and it was stained this green color, but it had a picture of Frankenstein embedded on the front of the coffin. I wanted it so bad.
My apartment's doing radon testing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so they came in today to leave the little radon test or whatever. And the guy that was with the maintenance guy, the radon testing guy, I guess, he came in and he, immediately you walk into my office is where my dining room should be. But my coffin shelf is there. And
yes.
he's like, hey, I made those. I'm like, oh, you make coffin shelves? And he's like, no, I made coffins for 30 years. And I'm like,
oh, wow.
I'm like, what? And he's telling me all these different kinds of coffins that he made. He's like, oh yeah. He's like, we made a barbecue grill one time out of a coffin. And we all these different things they've done with coffins. And I'm like, we need to exchange information.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. But
so I looked around and I'm trying to get ideas, because my brain's always moving. I kind of want to do a money maker pieces that are more high dollar, but somebody can't already be doing them. So I think I got an idea.
Oh,
I just got to get supplies for it, which is not going to be hard at all. But then my next venture is going to be, how do I get it there? Because they're like bigger pieces. But I figure, well, if they're closer, like Brandon, I put them in Brandon's truck and put all my stuff in my car and take it. So I think I'll tell you later. But just
don't let people
I think I got a good idea.
Okay, I'm excited. See, but the thing is, this is a problem for my wallet because whenever you come up with a big good idea, I gotta buy it.
Well, unless you're coming to get it, I'm not paying for shipping on this one. Like,
I'll have Will. Will will come get it.
Right? Yeah. Come on for a show, and Will can take it home.
Yeah.
But so the show was amazing. My daughter came up and hung out because she went back to Florida today. So she came up and hang out and bought her whatever the hell she wanted, which wasn't a lot. She wanted this Terrifier blanket, and she's 11. She freaking obsessed with Terrifier and Scream. But
Nice.
and then she wanted this guy, Ray's art. He does 3D printing, but he's not like the regular 3D printing with like just all the little stuff and like shit you see everywhere. Like he's the one with like the 7-8 foot tall Stranger Thing model that was right next to me that I posted online, and like all this crazy stuff, like the Beetlejuice head with the snake neck when he turned into the sandworm, the scary sandworm.
Wow.
Like so much cool stuff. I had to talk to him because he said he'd make me a giant Deadpool. But anyways, weird like that. But yeah, and then what else did I do? I don't even. Oh, my closet broke last week. Like I woke up one morning and like my closet was just like the rack snapped off the wall and it fell on the ground. So I had to go through my closet and took like 4 garbage bags full of clothes to the thrift store. Had to go to Walmart and buy a makeshift closet so I wasn't picking clothes up off the floor to wear. Until,
but it feels good when it's done.
Right. But Brandon went and bought the stuff, like heavy duty closet rods and stuff to put in. So I just got to wait for him to do that. I met my dude who, like, I talked to online because he owns Grafton Haunted Schoolhouse. They did it last year. He just opened it up. He's doing it again this year, and it's like a lot bigger. They opened up more space for him because it did so well. I made a bunch of flyers for him, and I finally got to meet him at the show. He picked them all up and was handing them out. So if anybody's looking for a new haunted attraction this year, Grafton Haunted Schoolhouse at the old Grafton Elementary School in Grafton, Ohio. If you ever been to the prisons out here to visit anybody, you know, it's right by there. You know?
Sure, we got plenty of listeners that do know.
Yeah, it looks pretty awesome too.
Man.
So I'm excited to go there. I don't know, just got Mothman coming up. A couple shows in between now and Mothman that are just little. Like, I'm not going to go crazy because I need to go crazy for Mothman. But I just want to feel better.
I've got a lot of little local shows coming up.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just, nothing too crazy, but I want to get back to Half Price Books and do a better book signing with more time and stuff. But I just haven't had the time to set it up. That stuff takes time.
Right.
So I
didn't really watch anything except for the movie we were supposed to watch for Patreon. But
yeah, same. I've just haven't really had the time to watch anything or do anything fun,
I was set up right next to the van from Black Phone. Like, it was set up right next to me. So it was pretty cool to look at all day.
I'm so
and
sad.
then the car from Obsession was right next to that. I really wanted to watch Obsession, but I haven't got to it yet.
Yeah, that was another one. What's his name? Oh my God, so rude. Eddie the Axe from Bloody Bits Horror Podcast had sent me a message this weekend because they had just recorded an episode for Obsession, and he was like, man, I really wish I could have been there to talk about it because, it would have been great to have a female's, woman's perspective on the whole thing. And so I'm like, I keep hearing people talk about this movie.
Right.
Like, and people are, obsessed over it. I'm hearing really good things, so I definitely want to check that out.
I've only heard good things too. Like, I want to watch it.
Yeah, I haven't had the chance yet, so I gotta jump on that.
Mhm.
And I was like, well, I didn't even know you guys were recording for it. Just give me the reason to watch it, my guy.
Right. It's on Peacock now, so I could watch that for free.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have a whole list of things I gotta catch up on. But I just, like everybody knows, I'm moving.
Hmm.
Can't say it enough. But like I'm moving for real this time. I have a date and everything, so I have to be prepared for that. And I've got some other things behind the scenes that I can't tell you guys about yet, but it's going to be great. So
All right.
just know that things are happening. Yeah, as far as my weekends go, did I do anything? What did I do? Oh, to the fair?
That's what I'm saying. Did I even I tried to sleep. I'm freaking exhausted.
Yeah, I went to the county fair, went to Clark County Fair. I don't think we talked about that. I think we canceled.
Oh, yeah. I canceled for my back just because I went to the hospital because I had an anxiety attack because my
Yeah.
chest hurt so bad because my back hurt so bad because I'm old.
Cassie was in the hospital for oldness, for chronic
No,
oldness.
I don't know how all your other co-hosts did this like every single week. Like shit happens to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they would still cancel, and then I would scramble to find somebody to come on.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I don't do that to myself anymore.
I remember I've been that person.
Yeah. So I'm just like, you know what? We'll take the week off. It's fine. How do I do it? Well, I don't know. Cassie, when I was in the hospital, I was like telling Pat, I'm ready to record, dude. I'm just sitting here. He's like, we're not recording. You're in the fucking hospital. Like, it's fine.
Doctors are gonna come in and check your blood pressure and that was when Pat was on. It would have been some raunchy shit.
Yeah. I would have been trying to get the doctor to fill me up right on the
Right.
I don't know. I've relaxed now that I feel like I've made a name for myself somewhere. When you start doing this stuff, you really sacrifice a lot of yourself to just become somebody.
Well, I didn't realize how much stuff pops up on a Monday, and I'm like, oh no, I can't.
Oops. It happens, but we'll always come back.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
That's what it is. But yeah, no, you guys didn't miss much. Like I said, I was at the fair with my family and enjoyed some food that's bad for you and some smelly animals and some classic white trash,
Yeah. Yeah, one of our sons, Owen, he's doing the truck derby race at the fair. So he brought the truck hood home with him today so I could paint the front of it for him. Something cool.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's really cool. My first car ended up getting bought by a derby guy and driven in the derby.
Wow, your
So.
first car was that bad?
Yeah. Yeah. It sure was.
Okay.
It's a 94 Saturn.
I'm glad you lived through that. No wonder why you don't like to drive.
Yeah, that was the car I got in the accident. Yep, sure was. But let me tell you, that car was solid after that accident. So ran for like 2 more years after that. It was pretty good.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was a fucking 4-door Saturn with like 280,000 miles on it. Yeah. It was,
Heck yeah.
And then it got driven in the derby. So I'm proud of her.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's really it. And then, like I said, I've been getting ready for this move and some other things with some other projects that I can't really talk to you guys too much about right now, but you'll know soon. So it'll be very exciting. And then once this move is done, it is motherfucking on for a lot of things. So I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I've been grounded. I told Cassie what I said back in like June, starting in June, I'm like grounded.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to take on any new projects.
No,
or
it was
anything.
from the beginning of the year till June.
Oh, because my goal was to move in June. That's right.
Yeah.
My God. Yeah. I've been grounded this whole time. So this is all I've locked in. This is all I focused on. And, I know what people are thinking. Well, my God, how do you, aren't you done yet? I work over 40 hours every week and parent a teenager. Leave me the fuck alone.
Right. And that's why I'm exhausted and fall apart because I work 40 hours a week, draw all these freaking paintings every night, work on the rental, and have to drive 2 hours there and 2 hours back when I go get John and Hunter. Like,
and then do
live
this
my
show.
life, please.
I love doing the podcast, but it is a lot of work every fucking week. And so,
you got to
there's
find time to research, and you got to find time for newses that I failed on this week.
right. Yeah. So that's what's been going on in my little world here. But something else did happen. Like I said, I've been grounded, but I've had little things that I've been working on. We now have merchandise. Merchandise is back. Granted, it's okay.
We're doing something different, though.
We are doing something different. So right now and all the time, you can go and let people know what your favorite podcast is by purchasing a standard logo On Wednesdays We Talk Weird t-shirt.
Yep.
They are Bella Canvas, right? Which is quality. That's my favorite type of t-shirt. So that's what I chose. And they come in all kinds of sizes. Black with standard On Wednesdays We Talk Weird logo on it. Definitely go check it out. The link is in the description. The link is kind of long and I hate that, but you can go click on it and go.
Yeah, we're not even going to try to tell you what it is. Just click on the link.
No, yeah. I'm not going to name all that. Just go click the link.
We'll probably post it on the Facebook page too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
For sure.
But like I said, this shirt's available all the time. And I want you to go buy it. I want your money. But we're going to be having exclusive t-shirts. I'm not going to say monthly, but very regularly. And the deal with these exclusive t-shirts is that you can only get them for a limited time.
Yeah. I'm shooting for monthly. As long as I can come up with a design every month, that's what it's going to be. Yeah.
Cassie wants to do it monthly. I told her don't push yourself. But she's the queen of pushing herself. So, but either way, when we do release these shirts, like I said, they are limited time and they're not always going to be, like On Wednesdays We Talk Weird logos.
No.
They're going to be just kind of whatever for years. And the years and years I've done this show, we'll have like one-liners or, I think at one point me and Tobias talked about doing like a gay frog shirt for like Pride Month and neither him and I draw. So we didn't do it.
And they didn't ask. She knows I would have just did it.
Well, and his wife is also a whole graphic designer. We never, anyway, we just never did it. Yeah, just never did it. Missed opportunities. We're not going to have those any longer. So it'll be whatever tickles Cassie's fancy at that time period. But we'll put them out and you guys can buy them. And like I said, once they're limited runs. So once they're gone, they're gone. And, you can't get them again. So pay attention to that. But the logo shirt all the time, you can get it. There's all kinds of other shit we could put our logo on, and I might probably dig through them and find some more shit for you guys to buy. Back when we had the original merch shop, when it was me and Pat O, we put that fucking logo on everything. Cassie knows she owns pretty much everything in the collection.
Yeah. I still use the fanny pack at shows.
I do too. It's my money bag for every show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it's perfect. So,
and the sandals were like super good quality, but they finally fell apart like 2.5 years later.
Oh man, well, it's a pretty good run.
But I don't even think it was. I think it was my dog who ate them. I don't even think they fell apart.
That's good to know. Yeah, I never.
They lasted a long time.
We sold quite a few of those sandals for that foot calendar that never happened.
Yeah, that was a kink that I failed for and didn't realize it at the time.
Oh gosh. Damn Pato and his pervy self. Well,
right.
Anyway, so we might put the logo on other stuff. Who knows? If we do, of course, we'll announce it here. We're not going to miss an opportunity to let you guys not spend your money on us. Definitely check that out if you guys are interested in just the standard logo and keep your eyes peeled and your ears open for what happens next. So that is a big deal. And then, of course, shout out to a couple of my favorite people in the world, new Patreon members.
Yeah.
We got 2 of them. 2. We've got, I think your name is pronounced John L. I don't know. John L. He messages me a lot, and I do see your messages. I do look at them. I just don't reply. I'm a bad person. Thank you for subscribing to our Patreon. And then, of course, Kevin. Kevin, I've met in person. Solid dude. Lots of interesting stories. Thank you for your support.
Speaking of Patreons, Kelly, if you're listening, you won the canvas drawing from the Patreon meet and greet, like or not meet and greet, the meetup, and I don't know how to get a hold of you. So if you're listening, Kelly, shoot me a message.
Interesting.
But you didn't get a hold of Kelly, did you?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
So we'll have to find a way to make that happen.
I tried to like look through the Patreon and see if I can find it, but I can only find like the last 4 members or something.
Her email should be on there somewhere. I'll look for it and I'll find it. But
I
Kelly,
couldn't find it.
Either way, Kelly, if you're listening, reach out to either.
And if you're a Patreon member, you're listening. So just like get a hold of us.
yeah, get a hold of us, myself or Cassie, or we just need your address to be able to send you this. And then, of course, anybody with a weird story, SubmitWeird@gmail.com. Definitely let us know your weird stuff that you've experienced, or just even listener questions. We'll take them. We'll answer them.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting ready to record an episode for these finally.
Yeah, we have a plan.
We do.
It's just time isn't moving fast enough to give it to you guys, but we have a plan.
Right. It's not our fault. It's time's fault.
Right. We have a date we want, and the date's just not here yet.
Right. So get them in, but and we'll talk about them for everybody to hear. So,
did you know that? Do you use Square when you're at shows?
Yeah.
Did you know that people can leave you feedback on Square?
I did not know that. That's horrifying to me now.
It's horrifying to me too, because I went into my email and it said, you got a positive feedback from Square. And I looked on it and I was like, oh, that's super nice, but that's terrifying. I don't want to read bad ones.
I don't even I'll be honest, I don't go read the reviews or anything for the show.
Uh-huh.
Just because, I don't know. We get really good feedback, but then all it takes is just one bad review and it ruins your whole day.
Right.
So I don't like that.
No.
But they tell you if you get one. I guess I've never gotten one then.
Yeah, that's the first one I've got in 5 years. I don't know if it's a new feature or because I got 3 notifications on my Square about new features, but I never read them.
Wow, interesting. Yeah, don't leave bad feedback for people, ever, about anything. Just don't say anything and just don't.
Yeah, after the show, I was amazed by the amount of Facebook messages posted on the Cleveland Haunt Club website about how awful of a time people had just because the event had such a good turnout. How is that bad?
What? Yeah,
we turned around and left when we saw all the people. We got in the doors and only stayed for 10 minutes after we drove 5 hours because you couldn't even walk around. No, you could. You're just either that much of an introvert and you probably shouldn't be out of the house, or you just want to complain about some shit.
Yeah, people are so negative.
That show was amazing.
And like I said, it just takes the one bad review and it just hurt your feelings. Oh, but you can't take criticism. No, fuck that. It's not about that. If you do anything at all, it's amazing. If you make a movie and it's bad, you made a fucking movie. You know how many movies I've made?
Right.
None.
Yeah.
It's the effort alone that you were courageous enough to do that and then put it out there for people to consume or enjoy or whatever. That's a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
I guess it's a little bit different when we're talking about I don't know. I guess I'm mostly talking about indie creators and stuff. Fuck the big companies.
Mm-hmm.
They know better.
Right.
But yeah, just little things. Don't leave bad reviews for people. Just say nothing. Just shut the fuck up. And go do something else.
Don't leave it publicly. If you want to constructively give somebody feedback personally, go ahead and DM me.
Yeah.
But don't publicly say you hate me and not tell me why.
Right. Behind an anonymous name or whatever.
Right. Anonymous member post. Shut the fuck up.
Right. Right. Who are you? I don't know. When me and Tobias did the survey, we would laugh at anybody that said anything bad about the show. But mostly it was just you guys cuss too much. We were just okay. So fucking what? That's
this is our only adult time, okay?
This isn't a kid show, right? It's not made for kids. It's not made for your family. What? We cuss too much, but it's okay to talk about the alien autopsy vagina? Serious?
Right.
Anyway. I don't have like so much news this week. I have a little bit of news, a little bit of an update from a story, we can touch on.
Okay.
Going back to the Vinton County 16.
Okay.
So, referring to the 16 kids that were found in a home in deplorable conditions, with all 4 adults being arrested and charged with child endangerment. There's been kind of an update. The grandfather, that's Gary Siders Jr., senior rather, has been officially released to the public.
You got released from the hospital?
Yeah, so he's still facing these child endangerment charges, but you had talked about how they were talking about releasing him, right? They released him to the hospital.
Yeah, and then they were going to release him, but he had to wear an ankle monitor if he got released from the hospital.
But they didn't think he was going to get released from the hospital.
No, they thought he was going to die.
They thought he was going to die, right. So he has not died, and he is now being released into, I suppose the public under, of course, strict observation and rules.
But where?
Exactly. So that's kind of what everybody's like, well, where's he going to, he can't go back to that house.
Mm-mm.
He can't. He just, first of all,
it's probably condemned, isn't it?
it is. And, the fucking door and shit is like just a piece of plywood now.
Well, it's still an open case, too.
Yep. And people keep vandalizing the place and trespassing, and he can't go there, even if it wasn't a complete fucking mess. He can't go there just because the people that are interested in this.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't really know what they're going to do with him. Some people have mentioned maybe he's going to go to like a care facility.
Well, and he had other kids, too.
There are other kids, but so far I don't think any of them have stepped up to, I
don't think you?
I don't think they live here. And that's a problem because he has to stay local because he still has to attend court and stuff.
That's true.
So,
but if he has an ankle monitor on, he's so old. Where's he going to go?
I think they live in like other states. So like,
right.
Even if he could like come back to court, I don't know. It's just a weird thing. And of course, people have mixed feelings about it. Some people think it's unfair. Others think that, potentially maybe that he's also a victim in all this. Elder abuse is a real thing, but how can everybody in this situation be a victim? Every single person.
Right. No.
Absolutely
not.
Who is responsible here? It's kind of where we're at, I guess, because it does kind of seem in their own way everybody is stupid.
Nobody reported anything. It's all their faults.
It's all their faults. That's true. It is all their faults, but I don't think they knew any better. But what do you do with that?
How?
How do they not know better?
Yeah,
because they're not very intelligent.
Well, okay, I understand that, but the what's the mom's name? Not the grandma, the actual
Elizabeth.
Mom of the kids.
Yeah.
Okay, so they've posted pictures of her in like middle school and high school. Like, she knows your kids have to go to school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's things they know that they just weren't doing.
You would think. Yeah. You would think.
But it's also like, if any of those people looked the way they looked when they showed up to the hospital to give birth, like, that's on the hospital staff too.
Yeah.
Like, those people were not clean. They were not kept.
No.
This is your 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th child. Like, if you look like this, what do the kids look like? Like, somebody from the hospital should have said something to someone for a welfare check on all these children.
And I'm not saying that they shouldn't be held responsible for their actions. I don't want people to think that at all. Like, oh, you're siding with the abusers. What about the kids? No. Listen, even though the kids have been rescued out of this situation, whatever the situation may be, those kids are still fucked. And that, like, it drives me nuts thinking about it. Because the reality is that of all the kids that are in foster care, only 27% of them get adopted.
Yeah, it's awful.
And all these kids, if they really were kept in a weird solitary confinement situation, which we don't know if they were or weren't. There's so much we don't know about this yet. But if that really was the case, all they had was each other. And not only are they being ripped from their parents, as much as their parents suck, we are ingrained in our DNA to love our parents.
Mm-hmm.
So not only are they being ripped from their parents, their grandparents, they're also being ripped from each other because they can't place all 16 kids together.
Right.
And even like some of the twins, I mean, there's 2 sets of twins. You know, I think if they separate the twins, that would just be outright inhumane also.
Yeah, but they will.
But if they have to, yeah, they will.
Yeah.
And they probably will have to. Because now we're also talking about the area that they're found in. I mean, the population is so low. What are the chances of anybody even being able to take on not just foster kids, but to adopt them?
Right.
And how many can they take in? You know, they're probably not even all going to stay in the state of Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so this is just not, it's just sad. It's a really sad situation, you know,
Yeah.
but then, like I said, what do you do with these people? Because some people speculate that it wasn't always like this. It got bad for some reason. Why did it get bad? What happened? And there's also Gary Siders Jr. You know, what we initially knew was the police showed up for public indecency for Gary Siders Jr. And some people have said that the public indecency was that he was pissing on his porch or off
Oh
his
my
porch
God.
or whatever. But we're kind of finding out that that's not necessarily true, that there are other charges that are not the child endangerment charges and they're not the public indecency charges that have been sealed by the courts.
Oh.
So we don't even know what they are publicly.
Okay.
So what's going on here?
You know what? We're probably never gonna know.
We might not. Yeah,
We're gonna know bits and pieces from different sources, but we're not gonna know like
The full
if it's
story.
true or not because you can't believe anybody.
Yeah, right. And so it's like, you know, it's this weird going back and forth because it's like, well, okay, Gary Siders Sr., I mean, obviously he's real pitiful and he's real sick. Again, is he a victim of abuse? Is Christina Siders, the grandmother who supposedly has dementia, is she a victim of abuse? Elizabeth was, you know, impregnated and married to this he was an adult at the time, Gary Siders Jr. She was 15 years old when she had her first baby with him. Is she a victim? Now she's been brainwashed her whole life. Is she a victim of abuse? We don't really know. You know, it seems almost generational. That like,
And you know what? Like I can't even make an opinion because I haven't heard anything from Gary Siders Jr.
yeah, except
You know what I
that.
mean? Like I don't know how he even speaks. Like I can't form an opinion on somebody I've just looked at a mugshot from.
Well, and like, you know, there's like his intake papers or whatever, you can see his signature and it's like, I mean, it's like a first grader wrote it.
A lot of guys have bad handwriting.
But there's no handwriting. This is just like block print from a first grader.
Oh, okay. I didn't
mean,
look, sorry.
Yeah, it's not even like it's not a real signature. Like it's in print. So there's no I mean, it's just like what, and they say he has like like he was only educated up until the 9th grade.
Well, Amish are only educated to the 8th grade. They can sign their name.
That's fair. You know, I don't know. It's a weird situation, but I'm watching it. I'm stuck to it. So, you know, I'm trying to refrain from telling you guys all the speculation because there's tons of speculation, a lot of things that haven't been proven, but there's a lot of talk going on. So, but the only facts that we have right now is basically that they're in jail.
Yeah.
And that's it. Except for Senior. Yeah, he's not in jail and he won't be because he's very old and sickly.
What's a gag order?
So a gag order means that everybody involved in the case, in like the active investigation and court case, can't speak to the media about what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, and it's not necessarily always everybody, but usually it is. But normally a gag order will be like individual people. So they'll place a gag order for like Gary Jr.'s lawyer,
Mm-hmm.
but not place a gag order for the prosecutor. So it can be case by case. But yeah, there's several gag orders in effect, which also makes this difficult because they can't really talk to the media. Mostly they want the police to stop talking to the media about it, because the police, they came out and said that these were feral kids, that they couldn't even read or write or anything.
Right. And that was a lie.
That was a lie, right. So, and when you do that, when you talk about the stuff in the media, then you compromise your jury pool, which could be an issue, because if you don't have a jury, you don't have a trial.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, it's very complicated. But that's all the news I really have.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
So, that's okay. Let's go on to something a little more whimsical. Let me go ahead and
All right.
pull up my notes here. All right, kinda. Today we're going to be talking about fairy tales.
Yay.
Which, ironically, don't normally actually include fairies in them.
No, or good endings.
Or good endings. Yeah.
Disney is a lie.
Disney is a lie. We'll talk about Disney. But, what is a fairy tale, basically? It's pretty much a folk tale. Fairy tales are old. So old, in fact, we don't even know how old they are.
Right.
They've been passed down from generation to generation. They are cultural. The term fairy tale itself seems to be rooted in, obviously, European speak, but every single culture has different names for them. And they kind of blend together all this lore. And as time has kind of continued and we've been able to kind of share and swap stories a little bit over the ages, the actual term fairy tale just ended up being kind of more mainstream because of the medias that it's been presented as fairy tales, and nowadays kept alive because of the mouse.
Yes.
Disney. However, we do kind of have a basic idea of how these things have evolved over time, and maybe the oldest fairy tale that we know of is known as The Smith and the Devil, which is basically, a classic trickster story. A smith wants to get really good at his practice, so he sells his soul to the devil to do so. And the devil, of course, comes out the winner, except nay, the smith tricks the devil into giving him his soul back in some way or the other. It's not always a smith and it's not always a devil. Again, it changes depending on the culture. However, this basic tale has gone back to at least 6,000 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 6,000 years.
Crazy.
Yeah. We are in the after Christ era, only 2,026 years into that. So this is BC. 6,000 years ago.
All right.
But again, it is a tale as old as time. See what I did there?
As much as we could research back to, I guess.
Yeah. But fairy tales were all spoken word, basically, up until French author Charles Perrault, I think is how you say it, ends up putting them all in writing in the year 1697 in a book titled Tales and Stories of the Past with Morals.
How did he even get all of them?
So
there's no internet or phones or... I don't even think there was snail mail then.
He had some important government job that he got let go of.
Okay.
He got laid off, and he was like, well, I'm going to dedicate my stories. I don't know why he's Elon Musk, but he's like, I'm going to dedicate my stories to my children now. And decided to kind of go around collecting fairy tales, basically. What we know now as fairy tales, which were, again, kind of moral stories, right? Kind of tales of not just morality, but warning and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So, he had a lot of time on his hands. He was pretty much retired at that point. Had nothing else to do besides go and talk to people and gather these stories. He termed the original... So, Mother Goose was worked into here somewhere.
Okay.
And, me as a child, that was my thing. I had a book of, Tales from Mother Goose.
Yeah, Mother Goose Rhymes or something.
It was my favorite. I loved it.
Had the
I don't know
old
why.
woman that lived in the shoe, and
Yeah. I loved it. It was, like I said, I don't know why it was my favorite, but it was. But Mother Goose, that was kind of a thing. Like, who is that? Who's Mother Goose? And she's just kind of become a figurehead. She's not a real person. Like Aunt Jemima's not a real person.
no, are you serious?
Aunt Jemima not being a
Yeah.
real person? Yeah, that's not a real person.
What the fuck?
You didn't know that?
No.
Well, next you're going to tell me that Uncle Ben's real.
I mean, it could be.
He could be.
I got
Next
Uncle
you're going
Ben.
to tell me that Mr. Pringle is a real guy.
Well, no, but like, I just figured they like modeled the syrup after somebody real that like made it.
there were Aunt Jemimas.
Mm-hmm.
Like as a character, so like they would have like black women that would dress up, and there were ones that were like Ronald McDonald,
Right.
Ronald himself is not
So
real,
she's
but-
just a mascot.
right. She's just a mascot. Yeah.
Man, I thought that was some like old time family recipe. Aunt Jemima.
I'm sorry
My heart's broken now.
I'm sorry, and I feel so bad. No, she's yeah, Aunt Jemima's not real. Like I said, there's people that dressed up like her, but she was never. She's been played by many different. The Aunt Jemima history is really interesting. Go look it up if you guys are into that type of thing. I am into that type of thing. But yeah, no, she's just a character. And Mother Goose, yeah, that's her. She's just kind of a character for, storytelling. Anybody can be a
For
Mother
some
Goose.
reason, I never even pictured Mother Goose as a person. I just pictured it as a goose.
Well, I think that makes sense because I'm pretty sure on my book it's a goose.
Yeah. Like that
dressed
thought never even crossed my mind that Mother Goose was a person.
like dressed like an old woman.
Right.
For whatever reason, you're like, okay. Like one of those porch gooses.
Yeah, it's got that little floppy hat with the ribbon around it that ties around your neck and stuff.
The wire glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just Mother Goose as like a figurehead. I'm like, where did that come from? But yeah, she's just a mascot and she can be a goose. But like I said, technically anybody's a Mother Goose. So if you're sitting telling these stories, you're the storyteller. She's a storyteller.
Okay.
She's like the conduit for it. Anyway, but Charles, he definitely put his own spin on some of these stories. Some of them are original, or at least seem to be original stories. One of them that I pulled was Little Red Riding Hood.
Okay, I didn't pull that one.
So the story of Little Red Riding Hood, you know the story, right?
Yeah.
Cassie, what version of the story do you know? Just a quick.
The Disney one.
Okay, so
She goes through the
Grandma's
woods
house.
to Grandma's house, and then the wolf's at the house dressed up like Grandma and blah, blah.
And what happens when the wolf is dressed like Grandma?
Oh, he eats her, doesn't he?
So, yes and no. So in the Disney version,
I don't remember, like, that one's not like a movie. I don't know.
yeah,
I
that's,
vaguely remember that and like the Three Little Pigs and shit.
yeah, that's like a story that we all just know,
Right.
Right. Well, in today's time, Little Red Riding Hood and different cartoons have depicted it. I mean, people have reinterpreted this over and over again, but the general idea is there's a girl, she's going to Grandma's house for whatever reason, and comes across a wolf that tries to solicit her, and she's not interested, so she continues on to Grandma's house. And when she gets there, Grandma's not in the bed, but the wolf is, dressed like Grandma.
Yeah.
And as she is looking at Grandma, the wolf is enticing her closer and closer. Oh, what big eyes you have, Grandma. What big feet. What big teeth you have. And the wolf then pounces on her to eat her up as she gets closer. But she also had met like a lumberjack in the woods.
I don't
who
remember that one.
Either had seen her and the wolf speaking or knew about her and the wolf speaking and was concerned about it. So the lumberjack also follows to the house and he busts in and he saves Little Red Riding Hood. He saves
I
the
do
day.
not remember that at all happening.
Interesting. Well, and you're not wrong for that because in the original story, she did in fact get gobbled up by the wolf. There's no happy ending. The wolf wins. And, Charles had specifically written this story as a cautionary tale, and this is so sad to me in the year 1697, as a cautionary tale to young, pretty women walking alone in the woods and how they shouldn't trust, men, basically.
But then the big man saves her that's walking in the woods stalking her.
Not in the original Charles story,
Right.
no. But eventually, yeah, the wolf does, or, she gets saved eventually to kind of Disney-fy, is what we're going to say, the story itself.
Did they ever make like live action one of those for Disney? I don't think they did they?
Oh yeah, they did, but it wasn't for Disney.
I'm talking about Disney. I can only imagine what they can make in other genres.
I don't think so. I don't think they
Okay.
have made like a live action. They might have. They've made a lot of shit the last couple
I
of
know,
years.
but I don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't remember that either. I mostly remember like different, like old cartoons with like
Yeah.
generic characters, not like mainstream characters that anybody knows of, or like Looney Tunes maybe doing like a parody of it, or I guess parodies, not parodies, but recreations of it. But I don't remember.
I just remember the book, the illustrated kids book,
I know I've
where
definitely
you see
seen
the
it.
wolf in the bed and he's got like the white like nightgown with flowers on it. And
I used to have, like, when I was a kid, I had like a massive collection of VHS tapes that were
yeah.
old cartoons.
Mhm.
And like they weren't like recorded off of anything, like they were legit releases, but like I can't tell you like who it was, or they were just very generic cartoons, but old.
Okay.
So I know it's definitely some of them in black and white even,
Mhm.
but yeah, I don't remember any of them being like Bugs Bunny being Little Red Riding Hood, but he probably has been. He loves to
Mhm.
cross dress.
Yes, he does.
That was one of my
He
things.
loves the cross dress so much they had to write in a female bunny, Lola,
Right.
to take the heat off of him for a little bit.
You gotta stop this. We're gonna prove to everybody that you're not gay. And even still, I'm like, he sees himself in her, and that's what he likes about her.
Hmm. Yep.
He's not gay. He's in love with himself. That's the difference.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was like a huge Bugs Bunny fan when I was a kid. I was big into like old cartoons and stuff. I was such a nerd. Tell everybody all the time that I was not a nerd when I was a kid, but I was just a secret nerd.
Okay.
Like I was real popular in school, but then like I'd go home and nerd out.
I wasn't big into like the cartoons. I was like, I wanted people in my shows. Like, Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Oh.
Salute Your Shorts. Power Rangers.
Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, Power Rangers was the shit for like a hot
Mhm.
minute. It was really cool. No, I liked, like I said, I liked old cartoons.
Right.
I like newer stuff too. I don't know. My daughter wanted to watch this video about Doug the other day.
Okay.
I
Doug
didn't
Funny?
Yeah, Doug Funny. I didn't like Doug.
No.
Never did. She was like, "You didn't like Doug? Like everybody liked Doug your age." I'm like, "Not everybody."
Mm-mm. Has she watched Real Monsters yet?
She hasn't. We're getting there.
She should watch that one.
She'll like it. Yeah. Like I said, we've been working through a lot of old stuff, so. But we're still working through Bob's Burgers. We haven't even gotten through that yet. Jeez, I mean, there's a lot to it now.
That's not even that old.
It's not even that. No, it's not. But but then neither is she. So we got a long ways to go.
Right.
Anyway, so yeah, a lot of these general stories, like Little Red Riding Hood, like I said, we're all familiar with in some capacity for whatever reason. I like them because it was fair use for public access cartoons, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember these stories and a lot of those, and of course the Mother Goose book. Now he's definitely written a ton more, but we're just here generically kind of talking about Charles. Did you have anything to say about the quote granddaddy of the fairy tale?
No, I actually didn't go back that far because I didn't know what direction we were going in with this.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of like stayed to the people that I knew, which would be the Grimm brothers and H.C. Anderson.
Oh, I don't.
So I'm just learning about the granddaddy from you right now.
I don't have H.C. Anderson, really. I mean, kind of, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much, the gist of it. Some people, of course, debate over if he really was the first written word of the fairy tale or not.
And again, you're not going to know.
Right. I mean, it doesn't matter.
No.
Exactly. It doesn't. Because whether or not he wrote these stories down, I don't know. I think him writing the stories down is very important because I don't know if we'd still be telling them to this day, but
Right.
kind of the kicker of a fairy tale is that it is timeless.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that is really important. You can't really have just a time capsule piece and let it, of course, stand the test of time. We all do personally. You know, we all have things that we're like, man, I'm really nostalgic for that thing, but your grandkid isn't going to be. They're not going to look at that and be like, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, things don't age well. But fairy tales, the general gist, just like The Smith and the Devil, they change depending on who they need to cater to, and fairy tales still definitely have that edge to them. Little Red Riding Hood, despite the ending outcome and how that's morphed over the years, still follows the same message. You probably shouldn't trust strangers in the woods.
Or strangers anywhere nowadays.
Anywhere. And that's good advice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if it doesn't look like grandma, it's not grandma, and you should probably go to the eye doctor.
Yeah.
If you think
Get
it
your
is.
bear spray out and
And do what you gotta do.
lace that mofo up.
So, of course, but the fun part, a lot of people do, you're right, skip over Old Charles when it comes to fairy tale talk because there's something even better and darker that people love, and that is the Grimm brothers.
Yeah, why did they even change these, man? The originals were crazy.
They were really crazy. So a lot
I would
of the-
rather watch a movie about any of these original ones than fuck what they got now.
When did you first learn about the Grimm brothers yourself?
Oh god, years and years ago.
Was it just kind of on your own doing research?
Yeah.
Or was it that movie, The Brothers Grimm?
I've never even watched it.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, that movie kind of made it, you know, it really got it. It really pushed it out there. I had read a book from the library about Grimm fairy tales.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what? You know, which kind of got me interested. And of course, like I said, we had internet at the time. So you just search a little bit more. And then that movie came out and I was like, oh man, I got to watch that. And I don't really remember it being that good.
I don't know. I know it had... I read this just the other day. It had Matt Damon and Heath Ledger in it, but I've never watched it.
Did it really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember that. Heath Ledger, wow. I guess
They had the crazy curly like white boy froze because it was from back in the day with their suede suits and stuff.
and I feel like it came out the same time that like Boondock Saints came out.
Probably.
And so people were like, there's only room for one brother duo in this world. And that was super popular. You know, it was just great. It was a great film.
Well, I don't think when it came out, like the paranormal, mystical, fairy core world was like as popular as it is now.
No, not
like
at
if it
all.
came out now, it'd probably be a hit.
I agree. Yeah. I think that they should revisit that idea.
Yeah.
You know, I think that would be really cool. But yeah, I agree. But no, I watched it when it came out, but I don't remember fucking anything. Yeah, like I forgot that there was a world that we lived where Heath Ledger was alive.
Right?
You know, so it wasn't a big deal when he was in anything.
Mm-hmm.
Not that, you know, he wasn't great or anything, but like once someone dies, man, all of a sudden they're the greatest.
I don't know. Johnny Depp's still alive, and it's a huge deal when he's in something, and I'm all for that.
That's true. That's
Like,
good.
I cannot wait for Ebenezer to come out.
Like, I don't remember Heath Ledger being a big deal when he was alive.
Just for the Joker.
Yeah. I mean, it took a long time, right? He did the Joker thing. But, like, right before
Knight's
that,
Tale was pretty good, but it wasn't like a crazy hit like the Joker was.
I mean, he did Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, I
Remember
just watched a
days?
parody on that from SNL the other day. It was hilarious.
Man, and nobody ever talks about that movie anymore, it was pretty good, but, you know, that, nobody ever talks about it.
No.
I can't quit you.
He was in a movie called Casanova. It was like back in the day.
10 Things
Like,
I Hate About You.
10 Things I Hate About You. Candy, I think it was called.
Haven't seen that.
I mean, they've all been good movies. It's just, you're right. He died, and that's when he got famous.
He died before The Dark Knight came out, right? And then The Dark Knight came out after, yeah. And so, I mean, it's like that fueled it. you
Yeah.
know? he became the Joker, and
But he was the best.
man, we're gonna get in a fight.
I'm not going to fight you. You can have your own opinion.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, I'm gonna get in a fight with somebody because people get so upset, but I don't think so.
I don't think
I think so.
those movies, like that sequence of movies was the best Batman movies, but I do think Heath Ledger was a great Joker.
Yeah, I've never sat through The Dark Knight ever. I've never watched the whole thing.
Then how are you going to fight me?
Man, you're right, but that's what it is. We can't. I grew up with Jack Nicholson Joker,
Yeah.
and then I was actually really big into Batman when I was a kid, so I loved the comics,
Mhm.
and so I just couldn't get on board with the very outwardly dark Joker. I wanted somebody who was also still funny, and every time I watch it, he's not funny.
Gotcha.
And I hate that. But then Joaquin Phoenix did it, and it blew me the fuck away.
Really?
Yeah, that's my favorite Joker.
I hate that.
Man, yeah, he's my favorite. I love him.
That's
I don't
awful.
know. it was
I like Jared Leto before him.
Really?
Yeah.
More than the Joaquin Phoenix. No, the second movie was fucking terrible. Because spoiler, if you haven't seen it, he's not actually the Joker ever.
I thought the first movie was terrible.
But no, the second movie's really bad.
They were just so hard for me to get through. I was so bored.
Man, that's crazy to me. Yeah, I love that Joker. I love that he's molded by childhood trauma, and he's genuinely nuts, but he's such a nice guy, but he's not because he's crazy. I felt like he captured both sides of the Joker that I enjoy. I enjoy the jovial side of the Joker, and I enjoy the dark side of the Joker, and I think you need both. And it's hard. It's a hard thing to play. But I hope that what's his name? Oh my god, I can't think of the guy that plays fucking Art. He's my favorite. David
I don't
Howard
know his real
Norton.
name either.
Yeah, he needs to play the Joker.
Okay.
I would love that. So, anyway, now we're talking about Batman.
It's all right. It's somebody's fairy tale.
Somebody's fairy tale.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
I didn't say Siri.
Oh my gosh.
Stupid phone.
Right, mind your fucking business.
I didn't even say anything close to it.
Nobody's talking. This is an A and B conversation. Siri your way out of it.
Oh, Lord. Government.
Anyway, going back to the Grimm brothers.
Yeah.
You said you kind of had some notes. You wanna jump in on this one?
I mean, so there was Jacob and Wilhelm Grimm. They gathered a ton of tales told by locals, including middle class acquaintances, housekeepers, blah 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 blah. That's the Wikipedia version right there of the Grimm brothers. Two brothers, super cool dudes, wanted all these stories. Well, anyways,
two brothers,
yeah,
talking to locals, collecting stories.
getting their stories.
Anytime anybody says two brothers, I just can't. It's where my mind goes. Anyway, go ahead.
So, the first edition of their book, which was 86 fairy tales that they collected, if you could call it a fairy tale, just stories that they collected from everybody, and they were raw, in your face, violent stories that you would never think to be called a fairy tale. But as time went on, they kept I don't even know, re-editing until it came to these stories with these happy endings that were more kid-friendly to be actual fairy tales. And over the years, there were 7 different editions, and every edition was edited more and more and more until what you kind of have now. And yeah, I went
with more stories added in, over the years.
Oh yeah, there was 200 and some in the 7th edition. Yeah. I don't know. I don't take great notes.
But pretty much your notes match exactly what mine are.
Well, okay, so You always take the reign. If I knew I was going to take the reign and do this, I would have put my notes into a format that was like chronological order of it. But now I just have like stuff wrote down and starred and bulleted that I think is cool.
Put you on the spot. Oh, damn. No, it's okay. That's all how my notes are done always.
So it said like through the 7 editions that the last one was in 1857. It came out. He heavily edited the stories, smoothing out prose and injecting Christian morals and altering shock plot elements. He changed the biological mothers who abandoned their children. That was a big one. So he didn't make it so the mother would abandon their children, like in Hansel and Gretel and Snow White. He would make it say like the stepmother or the woman. So it's not like somebody's mom just didn't abandon them in the middle of the woods to get tortured or something.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. I mean, that's crazy to me. But I still think I think from the Grimms to Hans Christian Andersen, Andersen has like more brutal stories than the Grimm brothers do.
Oh, for sure. We'll talk about him here in a moment. But for the Grimm brothers, so the very first, their first edition came out in 1815.
Yes.
And you said the last one came out in what, 1850 something?
57.
57. So, I mean, a lot of them, it could be just them growing and maturing, right? When we're kind of young,
better raw.
I do agree with you. I have a thing for the spooky. But you start off like in your 20s, you're like this cool edgelord, and like you want things to be extreme and you want things to be gory, and then you kind of start growing up and like things just kind of change for you.
No, I'm 38. In my entertainment, I still want it to be violent and gory.
Yeah,
I don't see that every day. Like I live in Amish country.
But after certain things happened, after I started having kids, I felt a little more sympathetic towards kids.
Oh, for sure. But I still want to hear the spooky, crazy stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think that
they still real life. Like I'm like super overprotected of what I can't do anything about.
Yeah, I mean, like when I was a teenager, I could watch that scene in Pet Sematary and not bat an eye. But as a mom, like it became a different scene for me.
Oh no, I'm not like that. I can watch it in movies 100%.
Man, I'm just
on the news or something though. That's different. But like in movies and TV shows, I can watch that shit for sure.
Good at separating the fantasy from the reality. Well, good for you. Good for you. Yeah, no, I'm a lot more emotional now. I still will because we talked about with the I Spit On Your Grave thing. Movies are supposed to make you feel something,
right?
Whether good, bad, ugly, whatever, it's supposed to make you feel something. And so I think that's important. But my feelings have certainly changed over the years. And so they could have taken that in. Also, though, catering to kids is easy money.
Oh, yeah.
It really is. I mean, this is not a kid-friendly podcast, but when we do events and stuff, I always try to sell something on the table that is kid-friendly.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because I'll walk out and whatever it is gone. I'm not taking it home with me.
Mm-hmm.
Because it sells. I mean, exploiting kids is great for your wallet.
Yeah, 100%.
So I don't know. It could be that I didn't dig into why the stories changed so much. I just knew that they did.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I don't know if anybody even has an answer to that or not.
All I read is they wanted it to be more kid friendly.
Yeah, but why? Fuck them kids.
Right.
But
they didn't have any bedtime stories to tell because somebody was always dying.
Try to sleep after that one, Junior. Do you have an example of an original Grimm?
So, okay, this is what I have for the Grimm one. The original 1812 Brothers Grimm tale of Snow White presents a much darker side and violent narrative than modern sanitized versions, featuring a biological mother, multiple murder attempts, and a brutal ending. Unlike the popular Disney adaptation, the original story includes the queen trying to eat her daughter's organs and culminates in a forced fatal dance in iron shoes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I did do was I do have 3 complete original stories from Grimm Brothers and 3 complete original stories from H.C. Anderson that I am going to fully post on the Patreon.
That's a great idea.
You get the original dark fairy tale stories.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I did not include entire stories in this show.
No. They're so long.
Right. But that's a really good idea. So patreon.com/Wednesdays talk.
I haven't I just post stuff on Patreon. I haven't actually looked at it. Can you post videos?
Yeah.
I'm going to read these stories and post them in a video.
People would love that.
Yes.
Well,
that's the way you get to see my crazy fucking house too.
I would love that. Yeah. I would love that. You have to show us something new in every video from your crazy house.
Oh, I can do a new room each day. Each story will have a new room.
Right. Here's the room tour. Okay, now story time.
I did find so the Flemish variant of Snow White, their Snow White story, it was crazy. It's crazy because there's not 7 dwarves. The king sends his daughter into the woods to protect her from the stepmother or the mother because he knows he wants to eat her heart and liver to be young and beautiful. So she goes and sends her to the woods. She ends up staying, instead of with 7 dwarves, she stays with 17 robbers.
Oh.
And then when the mother comes, there's a demon with a snake head that tells her, hey, your daughter's still alive. I'm going to give you this poison. You give it to her. So she went into the woods, found her, gave her this poison. A prince does come, takes her away. And when he got the piece of poison apple out of her throat, it revived her. And when she awoke, the prince asked Snow White if she would marry him, and she said, no, boo, I don't know you. I'm going back to my 17 dudes in this cave. So she actually chose to go back to the 17 robbers and live her life out in the woods with these 17 dudes.
Wow. Yeah.
So I don't know what kind of morals this story goes through for the original, because it's definitely the opposite of Little Red Riding Hood.
Yeah, well, I mean, why settle for a glass of milk when you can have the whole damn farm, you know?
Right, and why is there just 17 dudes living in a cave together?
Gay, that's why.
She felt safe because it was a sausage party.
Right, they're all gay. It's her gay besties. She's I can't use the term because it has the F word in it.
In the Great Britain variant of Snow White, it's called Gold Tree and Silver Tree. That's what the story's called. And the Gold Tree would be AKA Snow White, and Silver Tree would be her evil mother. So there's the names are changed. The stories pretty much kinda stay the same. I'm looking into this one because I think this is the crazy one that I found. Yes, Gold Tree and Silver Tree. Queen Silver Tree asked a trout in a well instead of a magic mirror, who's the most beautiful? When the trout tells her that Gold Tree, her daughter, is more beautiful, Silver Tree pretends to fall ill, declaring that her only cure is to eat her own daughter's heart and liver. To save his daughter's life, the king marries her off to a prince and serves his wife a goat's heart and liver. After Silver Tree discovers that she has been deceived thanks to the trout, she visits her daughter and sticks her finger on a poison thorn. The prince later remarries, and his second wife removes the poison thorn from Gold Tree, reviving her. The second wife then tricks the queen into drinking the poison that was meant for Gold Tree. So they're all pretty much the same story. It's just details are changed.
Yeah.
Who the fuck has a talking trout? Unless it's on a piece of plastic wood mounted on your wall and it sings.
Oh, yes. Well, that's not a trout. That's Billy Bass.
Yeah, it's bass. But still, that's what I'm thinking.
Billy Bass, yeah.
And the trout tells you, you're not pretty, your daughter is.
Man, I want to get me a Billy Bass.
That's nostalgia.
It is, yeah. That does my little white trash heart good.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me feel good. But you know what, though? Why doesn't somebody... Cassie, why don't you make a fur-bearing trout, big mouth Billy Bass version, but a fur-bearing trout.
I did. Sherwin bought them.
What?
Yeah, they're like furry trouts mounted on a wood plaque.
I need one.
I had it at the first Frogman.
That's what I want for Christmas.
Okay.
So bad. And if it sings, even better.
I don't know how to do all that, but
I have to find a
I'll
way.
just send you a voice message of me singing, and you can play it while you look at it.
I will too. I will spend the first 24 hours straight of my life sitting there doing that, just playing it over and over, staring at it. Some serial killer shit like that. Yeah, that's what I want for Christmas is fur-bearing trout, big mouth Billy Bass. Anyway, see how quickly it gets derailed. My God.
Yeah.
So as you were saying, with these different cultures, right, having the same exact story. That part is so important. That's what makes these fairy tales, right? They are timeless and they are malleable enough to kind of fit any culture. And that's kind of the key importance. So with the Brothers Grimm, or the Grimm brothers, or whatever you want to call them,
Right.
Their fairy tales very much had a Germanic edge to them because that's where they lived and operated. But because their publishings were so popular, that's why it's still mostly, to a lot of people, Hansel and Gretel. It's still Germanic, is because they just happen.
I love Hansel and Gretel.
They just happen to be the the winners, right, of the popularity contest. It's not that other cultures don't have these stories; they do. But speaking of Hansel and Gretel, which is interesting because our Patreon horror movie review that's coming up very, very soon plays on that story, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But that one also was terrifying and horrible. Didn't the kids commit suicide in that one? In the original?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I've read a little bit about some of the original Hansel and Gretel, but it was their mom kicked them out of the house or dropped them off to the witch's house or something, and I don't remember why they ended up committing suicide. But anyway, it's another really dark origin story that doesn't.
That one's one of the ones I have to post on the Patreon.
Oh, so I'll have to go read it or listen to it rather, and everybody else will too, because that's a good one. So, but while the Grimm brothers,
So I found something that broke it down from the first edition in 1812 and the 7th edition in 1857. And one of the parts was it's just so weird how they thought this was better for the 7th edition because it's more fucked up to me than it should be better. It's short, so I'll just give you the example. So in the first edition in 1812, the parents share the blame more equally. The father objects briefly, but gives in quickly to his wife's plan. And that was in the beginning. And the wife's plan was because she gave in to famine and poverty that she was going to get rid of these kids because she was starving. So the father I don't think we should do that. Okay, well, whatever you say, you're my wife. But in 1857, they changed it to be, quote unquote, better. The stepmother is vilified as completely abusive and domineering. The father is rewritten as a much milder, deeper, regretful, and a sympathetic figure who is simply bullied into submission by his wife.
Wow. And I wonder if that isn't that influence of changing it from the actual mom to the stepmom was kind of some cautionary tale of don't get divorced and then have to.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. Keep the family together because a stepmother will be evil.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a trope that's still alive and well. Not so much in this day and age, but definitely while I was growing up.
Okay.
You definitely, had tropes of bad step parents.
Right.
And maybe that is the case. I don't know. Some people are just bad step parents. It's just the way it is. But
some people are just bad humans.
They're just bad humans. Yeah, true. So, but during the same time that the Grimm brothers are doing their thing, this other guy is over here And he's making, I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, outright masterpieces. And that is Hans Christian Andersen.
He's killing it.
Yeah. Now, his stories are not for children.
Absolutely not. But I would have read every single one of them.
Yeah, these are definitely very adult stories, and they are dark, and they're meant to be dark, and he's doing that shit on purpose because that's his writing style. And they're amazing. But what's crazy is that more so, I feel, than the Brothers Grimm, I feel like there's more Disney adaptations to H.C. Andersen's work than there are the Grimm brothers' work. And we're going to get into that. Like I said, we're getting to Disney, but let's talk about this fucking guy. I mean, we have to. I really didn't know much about him actually until Disney did the live action Little Mermaid movie.
Mm-hmm.
And, people are freaking out because Ariel was now black.
Okay.
They were very upset about that because you can't make her black. She wasn't
That's not how Hans wrote it.
In the original. Well, and that's what people were saying. Well, first of all, have y'all read the original? Because I don't know if she was, you know what? I don't know what color her skin was in the original.
It was very pale.
Oh, was it very pale?
Yeah, I read this one.
I didn't, I don't remember. I mean, I did read it, but I don't remember that detail. Because the thing is that everything else was more important. That's so different than what we knew.
Hans did a lot more descriptive writing than the Brothers Grimm did.
I believe that.
He went in detail with like his characters.
Well, and again, these were adult stories.
Right.
These weren't made for kids, so that makes sense, but yeah, but his original story, basically, that's different from what we know now for The Little Mermaid, is that, Ariel is, what we know is Ariel is turned into a human by the Sea Witch, and when she's turned into the human, she is in constant, horrible, agonizing pain all the time. Like, damn near unlivable, basically. And what's worse is, she's turned to the human because she falls for this prince, and this prince doesn't even pick her. He goes off and marries some other broad.
Yeah.
And Ariel ends up becoming like their fucking housemaid, basically. Like, ends up becoming a servant for them, working for them. And so then Ariel is depressed and feeling terrible, and she's out by the sea, and her sisters, her mermaid sisters, show up, and they're all missing their hair, and they have sacrificed their very beautiful flowing hair in exchange for a special knife that they got from the Sea Witch, that if Ariel uses the knife on the prince and kills the prince, she will be able to return back to a mermaid and not live her life in horrible agonizing pain anymore.
Yeah, she has to stab the prince in the heart and let his warm blood drop on her feet.
Yeah. And she doesn't do that. Instead, she decides to sacrifice herself into the sea, killing herself, and turning into, basically she drowns and turns into sea foam.
Yeah.
Despite the sacrifice that her true loved ones made for her and all that. I mean, there is no happy ending here.
No, absolutely not.
Except for, I suppose, the humility of our main character, who couldn't bring herself to kill another human, even for herself.
Like, she was a good fish person.
She was a good fish person.
Yeah.
So that is very different from the original. So, I mean, God, if you guys really wanted to get mad about something, maybe you should get mad that we have no true Little Mermaid, because, man,
okay, see, I think this is what's going to happen when the rights are up for these stories. Whoever was it, A24, whoever did Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and Bambi's Revenge, they're going to take all these stories back to the original version.
Well, there's also a Pinocchio now.
Yes.
And Pinocchio,
is it like the original? Did you watch it?
The super original? I haven't watched it yet. I want to, but no, Pinocchio is another. It had a horrible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did they do the movie like Pinocchio? I'm gonna have to watch it just to see.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because Pinocchio's fucked up.
Yeah, Pinocchio's a really fucked up story. So I don't know. I'm not sure what they've done with it, but I agree with you. I think you're right, and I don't think that's a bad move. we need more money. No, those movies aren't that terrible.
No.
And I'm not even saying that as in like just for a laugh. The Grinch one, it's really good actually. It's actually a really good movie.
Yeah. I haven't watched Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey yet, but like I definitely was able to get through Bambi's Revenge, even though the deer looked fake as shit, but I'd be like, it was entertaining.
That's a money problem, right? These are small studios, It doesn't mean it's a bad story. I haven't watched the Bambi one yet. I did watch the Winnie the Pooh. I don't know. It's not good, but it's a lot of fun still.
Right. So money's a problem still?
There was just, I think that they jumped the gun a little bit on it because they wanted to be first. Because not all of the Winnie the Pooh characters were for fair use.
Oh, okay.
So they only had, I think it was Pooh and Piglet.
Okay.
And there's no like explanation for like where everybody else. There is for Eeyore because they had to eat Eeyore.
Right.
That's the beginning. Like they were all friends, they were all good, and then Christopher Robin leaves them alone, and they have no way to fend for themselves, so they have no choice but to kill and eat Eeyore.
Okay, so this one isn't like, I don't think it's its own fairy tale in any way, but like the lore and like the fairy tale versions of the unicorn, How to Kill a Unicorn, that shit was amazing.
Man, that's such a good movie.
That movie was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was so much fun. You know what? You hate the guts out of almost everybody in the cast, but you're supposed to.
Yep.
And it works. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, that movie was a lot of fun. Maybe we'll review that one of these days.
And it took unicorns back to like the violent, like killing, murdering things they're supposed to be.
Yeah. It does the same thing that Clown did with clowns. Like, it makes it fucking scary for real. Like, that was fun.
And I don't know, like, I know it's going to be a B movie, but like they had to do mermaids like that too, like sirens and stuff. There has to be a movie where the sirens aren't like these beautiful creatures that like bring happiness to everything.
Oh yeah, there's got to be something like that. Let us know. We'll watch it. We'll review it on the Patreon.
I'm honestly surprised like Hans Andersen didn't go that route with The Little Mermaid.
Making the sirens scary because they did used to be horrifying. Yeah.
Right.
I agree with that. But I think he did it. I think it's a good story. It is.
It's awesome.
I think he did it just fine. Because it does, even though it's so dark and grim and depressing, there is still like that glimmer in there of, well, there is still good somewhere. You just really got to look for it. I didn't really take down any other examples of his stories. I don't know if you had something that you wanted to share about his, but
Cinderella's fucked up.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Yep, go ahead, Cinderella.
So at the end of Cinderella, when the bridal couple walked into the church, the older sister walked on the right side and then the younger sister walked on the left side. So the two pigeons that befriended Cinderella and knew like all these horrible things the stepsisters did to her, the pigeons pecked out one eye from each of the sisters. And then afterwards, as they came out of the church, they were on opposite sides. So the pigeons pecked out one of the remaining eye of each of the sisters. And it was their like show their wickedness and falsehood that they were punished with blindness as long as they lived.
I also thought that in the original Cinderella, when they're trying on the slippers, the stepsister, one of them cuts off her toes.
One of them cuts off her toes to fit in the slipper, and the other one cuts her heel because the mother says, when you are queen, you will no longer have to go on foot, so you don't need your foot. So cut whatever off to make your toe fit in that fucking slipper, so you're queen.
So they definitely got their comeuppance in that one.
Right.
Which, I mean, even though it's dark, that one absolutely has a happy ending because Cinderella ends up winning.
Yeah.
His stories they're great. They are really good. I'd like to get a book of his, like a collection of his.
But like in Pinocchio gets hung.
Yeah. All
He goes
kinds of
to
bad
jail and
shit.
then gets hung after he kills the cricket with the mallet.
Yeah, all kinds of bad shit happens to Pinocchio.
Yeah.
It's a very unfortunate life. No, he's got some really fantastic stories, and like I said, more people just aren't talking about this guy.
I have a weird, like, when I go to Half Price Books, I have a weird, like, impulsive reaction to where I see those, like, books that are meant to look old with, like, the solid color with, like, the gold or the silver, like, foil writing and designs on them that are all, like, ghost stories and fairy tale. Like, I have so many books.
Because they're just so beautiful,
Yeah.
so I don't blame you there. Yeah, I had a nice Edgar Allan Poe at one point.
Yeah, I have Edgar Allan Poe and, what's the other one? Wow, I'm having, like, a brain fart right now. The one that did the Cholula.
Cholula?
Not Cholula. I'm thinking of tacos. Shit.
Right, I'm like the sauce?
We went grocery shopping yesterday, and I went down 5 aisles looking for Cholula.
The Cholula guy. Yeah, I know that one.
Yeah, wow. I'm having a... Never mind. Go ahead.
It's okay. I know what you mean. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, those books are beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
They look really good in your library. But yeah, I mean, really, like I said, this guy does not get enough credit for what he is. But kind of as we evolve more and have more access to information, and especially because, like I said, he is the he's the writer of Disney.
Yeah.
He's at least the idea man. More people are kind of finding out about his stories and the origin of these stories. So that's where we're coming upon the modern day fairy tale, which is Disney. Walt Disney Studios would put out in 1938 Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and history was absolutely made.
Did you know that Disney is the first person to give the dwarves names?
I believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
did
they're
not know
definitely
that.
children Disney names, but I'm saying in any other variant, the dwarves never had names.
They're just dwarves. Wow, interesting. Yeah, I had no idea. Yeah, and obviously, again, the story is ripped straight from not Walt Disney's mind himself. Not to say that Walt did not have his own original ideas. He definitely did. However, the main core Disney movies that we know, I even found out that, like, Moana's not original.
I never even thought about it.
I've never even seen Moana. Right. I have never even seen it, but it's not an original story. It is also based off of a fairy tale, which is dark. And I had no idea. So many of these Disney films are not original ideas, which I don't know. Kind of ruins the magic of it a little bit, I would think.
They're totally changed, though. Completely changed.
They are. Not necessarily totally. Like, my favorite Disney movie is Beauty and the Beast.
Mm-hmm.
That one's not so different. There are a lot of things in it that are kind of big changes, but not like for gore's sake or anything. Like, Belle was not, she didn't have her father, right, who had just her and him. She had like a bunch of siblings that were terrible to her. And, she goes to save her dad from this castle, and the Beast falls in love with her instantly and is like, he tries to win her over, but there's no like Lumiere, like there's no staff turned into like house products or anything. And there's no Gaston. So,
okay.
I don't like it as much because I do like me some Gaston. But yeah, I mean, so not all of them are so different, but some of them are very, very different.
Yeah.
So that kind of makes things a little interesting, like I said, to kind of fall back on. And I was a big Disney kid. I think a lot of us during that time period definitely were.
Oh yeah, I mean, you had to be.
Yeah, I mean, my God, the VCR was a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody had a sweet Disney collection, So of course you sat and checked it out. I mean, it was definitely a big thing. And I think as we kind of got older and became our little little nihilistic little selves, we really enjoyed the fact that we felt like we could probably enjoy these movies more knowing that they came from horrifying tales.
Right. Right.
You're like, oh, I'm hardcore for liking Cinderella. That's right. I don't think it was that big of a deal. But yeah, no, Disney basically ripped off all these fairy tales. I'm not going to say ripped off. Somebody had to take the torch and run with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it had been 100 years, since we had any fresh, perspective in this. And I think that probably we're starting to Disney still is it's a monolithic company. But I think it's getting to be about time that someone else comes in and does the same thing.
Well, I'm just thinking, like, how can Disney claim all the rights to these stories when they weren't their stories?
To begin with, right? Exactly. Yes. That's the problem with these big companies, and that's why I think it's really hilarious that people are taking their IPs and butchering them into ridiculous B movies.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the new era. I mean, like you were saying, as these stories become available again to the public, to do what they want with, I would love for that to flip. And now we're going back to the darker side of these stories.
Oh, yeah.
And then maybe it's just cyclical. Like maybe that's what we do. Now granted, old original Charles there, he had some gruesome stories. They weren't all gruesome, and they were definitely more cautionary tales and just maybe more child killings and stuff. It was kind of a good mix of everything, but maybe that's the ebb and flow, of just kind of a testament to our entertainment at that time. We get tired of the same stories, and so we feel the need to kind of shake them up a little bit. And that's what we're doing again. That's what we're doing right now. And I don't.
Okay, so it's not A24 or Blumhouse or any of that. It's Jagged Edge Productions that's doing these movies.
Really? I didn't even know it was like one company.
Yeah, it's Jagged Edge Productions.
Have you seen the Steamboat Willie?
No.
Me neither. I want to.
I've heard. I think I heard it from you and Pat, maybe.
The Mickey Mouse one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. It's probably awful, but I think I'm really going to like it. And what's great about these movies is that they're usually free somewhere.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
These are like Tubi specials, and that's great. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think the future holds for the fairy tale?
I think okay, so what I want them to do is go back to their originals. What I think is going to happen, since the generations keep getting more and more liberal, they're like, in 10 years, the Little Mermaid's going to be a dude with like a comb over.
Oh, God. With the broccoli hair?
Yeah,
Broccoli-headed dude.
It's going to be like Justin Timberlake when he was a teen under the sea.
He's like, I'm not a mermaid, I'm a merman.
Man.
What is that? What's that from, Zoolander?
Zoolander?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just gonna like conform to what the world wants at that time. Like, I don't care that the Little Mermaid was black in this one. I don't give a shit. But do you think they would have did that 30 years ago?
No.
Exactly. It's just changing with the world.
Yeah, that's true. And we just need to change with it. I did not watch a lot of the Disney live action remakes. I haven't watched.
Yeah, I haven't watched them either. Like, they just keep getting more ridiculous for me. There's a reason Moana was a cartoon.
I was so hyped to see The Lion King.
I didn't even watch that one.
Man, I was so excited for it. And the Disney remakes were kind of newer still at the time. They'd had some, and they were kind of hit or miss. Of course, Beauty and the Beast, I was like, oh my God. And I hated it. It was awful. The Beast is hideous. And not in like, because he's a beast.
Right.
It's just bad art. It was bad CGI. But no, it was terrible. But then, The Lion King, I was like, oh yeah, man, it's going to be so good. And, I'll tell you, I was crying like a baby during Circle of Life. But then I noticed while watching the movie none of these lions have testicles. And it just got, and then it was just, I don't know. It just, it like broke an illusion for me. And it was like, this is not good.
No.
But it was great to hear, Mufasa revise his voice role and all that. But yeah, no, it was weird. They're supposed to be real lions and they don't have balls. I get it's a kid's movie, but like, and they don't have testicles in the original, but these are real lions.
Well, like National Geographic is a kid's channel and they have balls.
They're balls, right? Things have balls.
Right.
Things have testicles. Like, that's normal. That should be normal. And it was just, I don't know. It just became so ridiculous at that point. I was so distracted. I was more distracted that they did not have balls than I would have been. Now, if they had had balls, I'd have been like, oh, look, testicles. And then that would have been the end of it.
Right.
But because they didn't and I noticed, I was like, oh God, this is terrible. Yeah. And then I did go see The Little Mermaid. And it was good. It was good. I liked it.
I haven't seen any of them.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Like John and Hunter are out of that stage, so like I don't have to see them if I don't want to.
Yeah, and that's kind of where it is. And like I haven't seen one since. There's not one that I just really care about, and even like certain movies that I do care about, like I know it's not Disney, but like they did like a second Space Jam, and I love the first Space Jam. I
don't
that.
even know if I've ever seen the second one.
And then there was a second one, and I've never watched it, and I won't.
Was it newer?
Yeah.
Does it have LeBron in it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, sure yeah, I've never seen that one.
Yeah. And, I guess that, like, LeBron is, the Michael Jordan of kids today, I suppose. So it makes sense, but I was like, man, I just don't think you can capture that magic again. That was the first Space Jam movie.
Right.
It was just cartoons and real people together. That was crazy. It was nuts. But anyway, so yeah, no, I think that we are definitely going to see some changes, and we need to stop being old people, and be like those darn kids and their hip new movies and stuff. Not everything new is bad.
No.
We might not be used to it because we're used to our time period and how things were, but that's not how things are now. And so,
right.
You could just, again, just like we said with the reviews things, you can just shut the fuck up and go do something else.
Right. If you can already tell that it's going to be something you don't like, don't waste your time.
Like, you can literally just go see you can watch the original again. It still exists.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nobody's stopping you from enjoying it. That's when people get so up in arms about, like, remakes and stuff or reboots and I'm like, you can just watch the first one. Like, you just watch the original. It doesn't
right
take it
like
away.
There was so much like so many fake Facebook news and Instagram news things about how they were going to make a live action Nightmare Before Christmas, and I'm like, I don't even think I would watch that.
That would be weird.
Yeah, I mean, it was fake news, but I'm like, if it was real, I don't think I could watch it.
Yeah, I mean, how could you even? I don't even know how you could capture that in a live action film. It would. Just
they did it with Alice in Wonderland. I mean, it could be possible, but
yeah, but we know how that went.
I liked it.
You did?
I like Johnny Depp though.
I mean, it was pretty forgettable, but I did watch I watched a YouTube video that was comparing, like, why did Charlie and the Chocolate Factory fail so bad?
Because Johnny Depp was scary as shit.
It was weird. He looked weird.
He was definitely going for like child molester, pedophile look.
I heard that's where they got the inspiration for the.
I believe that.
The woman of weapons and weapons.
Oh.
Johnny Depp and
I believe it.
Charlie, because
she looked like the Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
On a bender.
She had very Johnny Depp vibes.
Mm-hmm.
When that was coming out, and I was like, oh my God, it's Tim Burton. Was. I was like, man, I can't fucking wait to see that shit. That's going to be fantastic. And then I saw it, and ooh. But what they were talking about in the video was that the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory movie, Roald Dahl, he hated it. The guy who wrote the fucking book, he hated it.
Oh, okay.
He said that it was not anything like his vision. He didn't like Gene Wilder as Willy Wonka. He did not like it. And so when they did Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with, Tim Burton's vision, he, Doll's dead at this point, but his widow's still alive, and she loved it.
Okay.
She thought that it was spot on. She said, if he were alive to have seen this, this is his vision. This is what he wanted. And that was so weird. And one of the biggest gripes for that movie, and I agree with it, is the Oompa Loompas are awful. The songs are awful. But I guess the songs actually have lines taken straight from the book. And I wouldn't have known. I didn't read the book.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was a book.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's a book for everything, but I've never seen that.
So we're all nostalgic for Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, but the reality is that it doesn't even copy its own source material very well.
And that's why movies based off books suck most of the time.
There's a lot that aren't very good.
Twilight, fucking horrible.
Compared to the books?
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't seen it or read it, so I don't know.
Even True Blood, that whole vampire series True Blood, the show sucked compared to the book.
I have
books. There's 500 of them.
Yeah, I have a vampire book series that I like, and they just did a show for it last year, and I'm afraid to watch it. I want to watch it so bad because I've been reading these novels since high school, but also I'm scared.
What is it?
The Black Dagger Brotherhood.
I don't know what that is.
Oh man,
okay.
They're
Damn it! I was hoping I'd give you some input.
It's just vampire smut.
Oh, never mind. I don't have any input.
Yeah, I love that stuff. That's what it is. But yeah, how's the show? I mean, are they smutting it up? Is it like porn?
Right. Is it on a channel or is it on a streaming system?
Yeah, it's on a streaming service.
Okay,
that's
so they can get away with a lot more.
It's made for smut. Yeah, so it's because if there's not smut in it, I don't think I'll like it.
Right.
That's the whole reason.
I mean, if that's what it's based off of, then no, you're not gonna like it.
Right. I need my smut between my vampire fights. But yeah, no. I'm just saying. People are quick to. Some people are like no remakes are better than the original. There's tons out there that are tons. It's just you didn't know that it was a remake. You bastard.
True. That's very true.
And then you've closed your mind to other possibilities. One that I think of right off my head here, which is not really a remake. Well, yeah, I guess it is a remake. A remaster was, man, people are going to get mad, but Child's Play.
Okay.
Did you see the 2019 Child's Play?
The show?
The movie. With Mark Hamill voicing Chucky?
I didn't even know there was one that, recent.
Yeah. Oh, man. It's so divorce yourself from everything you know about Charles Lee Ray.
Okay.
And Chucky and just go into it and watch it pretending that this is somebody else.
Okay, I'll have to do that.
It's good. I mean, it genuinely is a very good movie. And
I mean, I haven't seen any Chucky movies in years, so it'd probably be easy for me to do that.
Yeah, it probably would. No, check it out. It genuinely is a good film, but people shit all over it because it gets rid of Chucky's whole origin story because Chucky is a serial killer soul in a doll. Mm-hmm. He's human in a doll.
Right.
But this new Chucky is not that. He's AI and he's learning and he's processing incorrectly. So he turns evil not because he's inherently evil, but because his programming went haywire.
Oh, so it's like an AI doll like Megan.
Yes.
Okay, I gotcha.
But I like it better than Megan.
I just never seen it, so I don't know yet.
I really liked it. Yeah, no, I really liked it. The main protagonist is a deaf child.
Okay.
The new Andy, he's deaf, which doesn't really add anything to the story, but So anyway, yeah, check that out. And people that haven't yet, yeah, check it out. Or rewatch it again with a different mindset. Like I said, erase Chucky completely from your brain and let it be its own thing. Let's try to find
you gotta think some generations, that's the only Chucky they know of.
I don't think so because they're still doing Chucky a lot. They're actually getting ready to make more movies again.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying my kids John might have, but like Hunter, he's never seen an original Chucky movie. That'd probably be the only one he watched.
That's true. And at least with these new movies, like you have to go back to at least Bride of Chucky to understand what's going on.
Like he would know who Chucky was because of like all the decor and like propaganda for Chucky, but he wouldn't be able to tell you about any of the movies.
Yeah. And I don't hate what they're doing with the series.
Mm-hmm.
It gets really off the wall, but at this point, I mean, it's been off the wall since like the second movie. It's a fucking killer doll.
Right.
You know, are we really expecting it to not be crazy? Just saying.
True.
You know, so I just let it be. I don't know. I don't take shit that seriously, man.
Right.
And neither should you, listener. You should just learn to like the things that you like and just enjoy them sometimes. Yeah. Any final thoughts on fairy tales or remakes?
So I will be posting the video soon on the Patreon. You get 3 Hans Christian Andersen tales and 3 the Grimm Brother tales, and you can kind of tell us which ones you like better. Kelly, I still need you to get a hold of me. I don't know where to send this picture to. It's a pretty big picture, so let me know.
You definitely
it's
want
on
it.
my kitchen counter, so I need to get it in the mail. What else do we have? There will be a new Patreon dropping about the horror movie of the month very soon.
Yes.
And get those, like, for real, get those last minute paranormal stories in to SubmitWeird@gmail.com because we will be recording very soon for that episode.
Yep. And check out the merchandise. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, just at least go look at it, you know. I mean, do me that favor, right? You don't have to buy it, but if you buy it, that'd be pretty cool too. And if you do buy it, take a picture of you wearing it.
Yeah, tag us.
Tag us. Yep. Tag us in the picture. Show us that you're out there repping your weirdness. Let everybody know what your favorite podcast is and why. On Wednesdays, we talk weird, of course, right? Maybe you'll find others like you in the wild.
Yeah, there'll be a new design that's not just the logo in September, and I got a Halloween design I'm coming up with for October. So get your spooky weird shit on. Get a t-shirt.
Oh yeah. It'll be good stuff. You guys will like it. So all right then. Well, with that being said, guys, we'll see you back here next Wednesday.
Bye.